Good evening and welcome along to the Commentary Hub's coverage of this World Cup Group G encounter. It's Brazil against Serbia in this wonderful stadium out in Qatar. Then it's their opening Group G match for Brazil. They're looking to win a sixth World Cup with the pitch has been sprung into darkness all around us as we get ready for the action. Brazil against Serbia coming up. I'm your man, Russ Venning, to guide you through the action and guide you through the 90 minutes of football. Earlier today, I brought you a 0-0 draw between Uruguay and South Korea. Nicholas brought you the Switzerland game earlier, but the Portugal-Ghana game, which has finished a few moments ago, 3-2 to Portugal it was. We should have had Paul James on that, but due to illness, he wasn't able to get on. So speedy recovery to you, Paul, and hopefully you're feeling better to be joining us back in the commentary box for Qatar tomorrow afternoon. Should hopefully have all the games tomorrow as well. We'll let you know if there's any changes on our Twitter feed, our Commentary Live one, where the place will be for that one. I can see the Brazilian squad in the tunnel, which is going to be led out by their captain, Thiago Silva. Dusan Tadic is the captain of Serbia, and he's going to be leading out the Serbia side. There is Richarlison of Tottenham Hotspur, and should be a very good game in prospect. Brazil, who are, as I say, looking to win a sixth World Cup. Their last World Cup winning side was back in 2002. They won their first one in 1958. And their biggest win in a World Cup was 7-1 against Sweden in the final group stage game back in 1950. Their heaviest defeat was in the 2014 semi-finals when they lost 7-1 to Germany, but they were able to put that one behind them. And they finished fourth in that World Cup, losing 3-0 to Netherlands in the third and fourth place playoff. As for Serbia, they're competing at in their 13th World Cup. They've competed in 12 previous ones. That's down to which they've been participated as Yugoslavia and also Serbia and Montenegro. The first time there was known as Serbia in the World Cup was 2010, and they went out in the group stages. They didn't qualify for the 2014 World Cup, and in the 2018 World Cup, they went out in the group stages. They'll be able to avoid a repeat of going out in the group stages, Serbia, at this World Cup. Their biggest win was back in the 1974 World Cup when they won 9-0 against Zaire. The heaviest defeat was in 2006 World Cup when they went out when there was known as Serbia Montenegro, and they went out to the group stage, losing 6-0 in the group to Argentina. Their best World Cup runs was in the 1930 World Cup when they got to the semi-finals, and also the 1962 World Cup when they also got to the semi-finals as well. They didn't qualify for the 2002 World Cup or the 2014 one. So this one, they'll be looking to make sure they qualify get out of the group stage this time around. And they've got Brazil in their group. And they've also got Switzerland and Cameroon as well. We're spending to guide you through the action then. The anthems are going off down below us. So we'll run you through the referee for this evening's match, and then we'll go through the teams in a few moments' time. The referees are Reza Fagani from Iran. The fourth official is Mugweta Ndai from Senegal. And the VAR referee is Abdullah Al Mari from Qatar. The VAR is assisted by Mohamed Turki from Singapore. The referee is assisted by Mohamed Reza Mansouri and Mohamed Reza Abufalazi to run the lines. They are all from Iran. The offside VAR is Anton Shetin from Australia. The support assistant VAR is Ashley Beecher from Australia. He's on standby assistant VAR duty. And the support VAR is Paul van Bokkel from the Netherlands. We'll run you through the two lineups and go through the benches, which players on the benches you may be familiar with. And we'll run you through the entire lineups in a moment, which will include for Brazil Neymar, Vinicius Jr., Richarlison, Rafinha as well, amongst those in the Brazil lineup today. Should be a good watch and a good game today. The national anthems have just been played out and were sung by great gusto by both sets of fans and players alike. And now the players are going through the handshakes. So in just a second or two, I will guide you through what's going to be one of the best, probably for me, World Cup games, where Serbia have done well under Dragan Stojkovic, their head coach, and Brazil are managed by Tite, and they've gone with a 4-1-2-3 formation with Alisson between the sticks. Is a back four of Danilo, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, and Alexandro. A midfield three of Lucas Paqueta, Casemiro, and Neymar. And the front three is Rafinha, Richarlison, and Vinicius Jr. Amongst the bench then is Ederson, Fred, Dani Alves, Militao, Fabinho, Telles, Bruno Guimaraes. Gabriel Jesus is also on the bench for Brazil, as is Anthony Rodrigo and Gabriel Martinelli, some of the players you will have heard of on that bench. You may have also heard of Weverton, the other sub-goalkeeper, Eder Militao, Dani Alves, Rodrigo, Everton Ribeiro, Bemner, and Pedro. That makes up the Brazilian squad for the World Cup and their bench. And for Serbia in the moment, as we've just seen the shot of the officials, and there is Dusan Tadic, who is the Serbian captain with Thiago Silva. As the coin toss has just been done, the captains are just shaking hands with the officials. There's the VAR officials as we get ready to tell you and guide you through the Serbian lineup. So in goal for them is Vanja Milinkovic-Savic, is Milinkovic, Velkovic, and Pavelic. Then is Zivokic, Lukic, Guedes, and Miladavic. And then up front is Tadic, Mitrovic, and Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. The players on the bench you'll recognise for Serbia is Luka Jovic, Filip Kostic, Josip Vlahovic, Marko Guric, who used to be at Liverpool. So there's just some of the names you'll know. There's Neymar, 75 goals in 121 Brazilian appearances. He'll be lucky to add to that tonight. as Brazil take on Serbia in their first World Cup match. They enter the World Cup here at the Lusail Stadium against Serbia, and it's Brazil that gets us off and underway. They're in yellow shirts, blue shorts, white socks. Serbia all in red. It's Brazil attacking the goal to my right. Serbia attacking the goal to my left, and it's Brazil with possession over on that far side at the moment. And they're just knocking around in the defence at the moment as they work it across into the path of Thiago Silva. Went down under the challenge there, Thiago Silva, so he was with Marquinhos, but Thiago Silva won the free kick for Brazil, and they now take it out wide to Alexis Alexandra into Richarlison there in Neymar, but it was a foul by Neymar according to the referee. As there's the free kick from Lukic, and across now into the path of Pavlovic. Pavlovic has to go back under pressure from Rafinha, who, according to the assistant on this near side, fouls his man. The former Leeds United player went to Barcelona. He was signed from Rennes by Leeds United for just £17 million before joining Barcelona in the summer for an undisclosed fee. It's not worked out for him so far. Barcelona, their fans aren't happy with some of his work rate. Neither is the Barcelona manager as well. That Barcelona manager is a legend, that is Xavi. There's Tite, those been impressed with Rafinha, who's there, and he's more or less started in every single game since he's been called up to the Brazilian squad. Only left out on a couple of occasions as Rafinha, as that ball goes out of play for a throw to Brazil after they were looking to find Richarlison, but they take it, throwing quickly. It is Danilo to win the throw again, and as Lucas Paqueta will give it to Danilo to take, and he will look inside there to Neymar and Rafinha by there to help out, as now he's back with Alisson in goal, preferred to Edison and Weatherton. But here is Vinicius Junior. Does well to keep on the possession as Brazil just keep having an early touch of the ball. 2.5 minutes gone here. Remains goalless between Brazil and Serbia in Group G of the World Cup. My second World Cup offering today. I hope you enjoyed the coverage earlier, as I brought you the goalless draw between Uruguay and South Korea. Hopefully this one is not a 0-0 draw, and if it is, I'm going to blame my friend Luke Turton yet again. So if he's listening, I do apologise, Luke. As Richarlison goes down under a challenge, but Brazil have possession with Vinicius Junior, so the play will continue for now. No free kick given by the Iranian referee, but there's Vinicius Junior coming away with possession into Paqueta and spreads out wide looking for Rafinha, and Rafinha just gets away from his man. Rafinha down this right hand side, Rafinha into the penalty area, cleared away, and he breaks out to this right hand side for a throw to Brazil, which Danilo let go out for a throw in there, and it was good play from Rafinha down that right hand side, and he will look to try and get into the ball here, but the ball over the top looking for Richarlison is cleared away by Serbia, and Richarlison puts a block in to make sure he only goes out as far as the throw in. Well, that's a good bit of start there from Brazil, trying to get in down the right hand side as we look, as there's the ball across from Milinkovic Savic. Sergej Milinkovic Savic, that is. Vanja Milinkovic Savic is the goalkeeper. So you don't get confused with which one's which. I'll call the goalkeeper Vanja and the other one Milinkovic Savic. So here's Milinkovic Savic on possession now, wearing number 20. Who has lost out to Vinicius Junior, who will come forward for Brazil, but Milinkovic Savic has won the ball back. And he goes out of play for a throw to Serbia, who come off Lucas Paqueta there, the West Ham United player, joined West Ham this summer. Did Lucas Paqueta, and is from Lyon, and is doing well so far. Alexander Mitrovic there for the Fulham striker up front for Serbia, and he plays the ball across to the far side where he picks out a teammate in Zivkovic, and he gets it back to Zivkovic. And he now plays it on to Dusan Tadic, the former Southampton player, now at Ajax. And he's still going near Dusan Tadic, twisting one way, then the other. The ball in towards the penalty area is headed away by Thiago Silva in there. And now here comes Serbia once more with Pavlovic over halfway. Inside the Brazilian half and loses out to Lucas Paqueta. Paqueta into Neymar. And Neymar goes down and is a free kick for a foul on Neymar Jr. And the yellow card is coming out here. And the yellow card will be for. Not sure which player is going to get this here. Alexander Mitrovic is having a word with the official. And I think it's for Pavlovic who's picked up this yellow card. Pavlovic is being called towards the referee here, I think. The ready referee, yes, is being called. 6 minutes gone. And the first yellow card for Pavlovic, the number 2 of Serbia, for an early challenge there. And that's the first booking of the game. And it's come very early on in this one. And I must say it was a deserved yellow card in the end for the Serbian right back, who's playing as part of on the left of a 3-man defence, but sometimes goes on to the right hand side as the ball's over the top there, looking for Rafinha. Dragan Stavkovic, the Serbian head coach, is watching on as his side goes head to head with Brazil in their first match of this World Cup, looking to get out of the group stage, which they failed to do in the last time they was qualified for the World Cup, which was in 2018. They didn't qualify in 2014, incidentally. If you're just joining us, did Serbia's is Milinkovic Savic edges the penalty area. Milinkovic Savic goes through, but there's a brilliant challenge, bad there by Marquinhos to clear the ball away. But Serbia will come again, but Rafinha is back in there, and Rafinha, I think he's considered a throw there, Rafinha, after Pavlovic has just headed the ball away. Here's a challenge again, and that's a brilliant block by Marquinhos. Casemiro's bad there to help out, and Brazil did win the throw in there as Danilo takes it to Neymar. But Neymar loses out and wins and concedes a free kick, and his shirt has been pulled off there by the Serbian number 16, Sasa Lukic. Milanovic will take this throw in then for Serbia down the left hand side, but he goes back inside their own half, just on the right hand side, just over inside the Brazilian half now with the number 4, Milenkovic. Milenkovic comes forward again and crossfield pass now into Milanovic. Milanovic just watched by Rafinha, and Rafinha puts that ball out of play through the legs of the left wing back, and he's out for a throw then to Serbia, which has been taken quickly, and then Brazil get the ball back. And now with Charleston can send Rafinha away down this right hand side. Rafinha going one way, crossing inside. Rafinha inside to Neymar. Good play into Casemiro. And now wide there it goes to Vinicius Jr. Has got Alexis Sandro on the overlap, and Casemiro finds him. Casemiro again. In towards Neymar inside the penalty. Neymar still going. Can't get the striking on goal there, Neymar. That he was looking for as Mitrovic takes the ball down to a teammate and then tries to get back the return ball. But he's headed away there by Thiago Silva. But now Zivkovic can come forward for Serbia. Out wide it goes. And now it is Alexander Mitrovic. And Mitrovic just watching on as the ball is with Pavlovic. The man who's on the yellow card playing at the left of a back 3 today normally plays at And as an out and out centre back, sometimes can play right or left back too. As the ball is played out to the far side, as here comes the ball into the penalty area from Zivkovic, and is through to the goalkeeper, and is cleared away. It's still Brazil 0, Serbia 0. As here comes Brazil once more with Richarlison. Richarlison's crowded out there by Velkovic. And Mitrovic goes down under the challenge of Paqueta there. And if the early booking there by Pavlovic was a booking, then that's got to be a booking because he was nowhere near the ball and just clatters his ankle there, Paqueta. And if I was Serbia there, I'd be a bit annoyed that he's not into the book like Pavlovic has. 10 minutes stop, almost 11 minutes gone, then it's Brazil 0, Serbia 0. As the ball is back with the goalkeeper, Vanja now is over to Lukic and back into the centre back there, which was Milenkovic, and now they will try and come forward here. But it's been given away as Marquinhos picked up the loose ball. As Marquinhos now finds Danilo into Thiago Silva, just coming up towards the centre circle. Now inside the centre circle, it's Casemiro just inside the Brazilian half. Now it's Danilo just over halfway. There's 1-2 with Paqueta, and then Danilo loses out, and now Serbia can try and break, but that's a wonderful challenge in there. Twice, first by Casemiro, then by Rafinha, and Danilo has the ball back for Brazil as they try and work the way forward over on that far side as they will try and come forward this time to cause Serbia a few problems in this game. It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0 as Brazil will come forward with Marquinhos. You said the Brazil off for Casemiro, out wide to this right hand side, and Danilo just keeps the ball in play, just went out. Now let's Rafinha take over. Back into Marquinhos, and then across in now to Thiago Silva. Now Alex are worked out wide by Neymar to Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior attacks the box on the left hand side. Gets into penalty area, still going, and he goes behind for a corner kick to Brazil. And before that come off the Brazilian player Vinicius Junior last, as we just see this here, I can't tell from that angle. This will be the better angle to tell. No, it does come off Zivkovic last, and he's behind for a corner, which Brazil can take over on that far side. There's players inside the penalty area here. I'm wondering who's going to cross to take it. I can see Richarlison in there, Thiago Silva too. Is Rafinha who's gone for it, behind for another corner, or it might have been, no, it was Neymar who took it, went straight for the corner, and he was punched away by Vanja Milinkovic Savic, by Vanja there, and that's cleared away for another corner. He was almost drifted into the back of the net there from Neymar, and he'll try to do something similar here, and he does. Well, this time he goes straight into the arms of Vanja, and Vanja will just clear it and just take his time for sending Serbia on the way forward. Pavlovic is just having a word with the referee about something. He was elbowed there, it looks like, by Casemiro. Yes, when it was nowhere near the ball there, Casemiro, and he just elbowed him. The ball was straight in the arms of the keeper, and then he just comes in and elbows him. And that could be, if VAR saw that, that could have been a potential red card for Brazil. But it remains 0-0, and Brazil have 11 players on the field of play. He's had a play for a throw to Serbia, to Brazil, should I say, as the ball went straight out of plays. Serbia tried to move forward. And now it's Marquinhos to Alisson, who just manages to prevent that ball from going out for a corner, but gives the ball away as Serbia will come forward here on this left-hand side. Is Milanovic inside to Lukic, and now out wide there it goes to the far side, and Zivkovic. Now is Zivkovic again. Lukic again, should I say. Now into the path of Pavlovic, who just got an elbow to the face. back a few minutes ago by Casemiro, who was nowhere near the ball, as it is Mladovic now back into the path of Goodledge and now into the path of Velkovic, who's just over halfway. Velkovic tries it again inside the Serbian half, and has to go back to the goalkeeper there, Vanju, just passes it well into midfield, and then he's back with the defender again, Velkovic. And then there's the ball forward by Vanju up towards halfway, just over halfway, headed away by Alexandro to win the header. Neymar tried to get the ball back there, and he just lost out. The Brazilian striker plays for PSG now, does Neymar. And Brazil having a bit more possession so far, but Serbia beginning to get a bit of possession too. 44% Brazil, 32% for Serbia, and the middle of the middle of the pitch has got 34% in the attacking thirds, which so a lot of ball being played in the Brazilian half so far. As there is Zivkovic, who goes down under the challenge there of Alexandro, and that was a poor challenge by Alexandro. Zivkovic wasn't going anywhere, and it's Pavlovic playing in front, and he just gives the ball away to Marquinhos, to Danilo, and he goes back to Alisson. And Alisson has already been beaten this season by Alexander Mitrovic in the Premier League for Fulham. When Fulham scored against Liverpool. But here's Neymar for Brazil, up against Tadic. The two number 10s go up against each other there, and it looks like he now watching Vinicius Junior there. Tadic along with Milenkovic, and it remains 0-0. Almost 17 minutes gone then. What have you made to the start of this game? Let us know. Tweet us at Commentary Live 1. You can also get in touch via the live chats if you are listening. And hopefully we don't get another 0-0. And got a couple of comments in here. We'll get to those in a second as we guide you through this action. As we'll go through the comments when we get to breaking play. We've just seen a couple of comments come in, and we'll mention it as to one of the questions in a minute that Kev sent in. Hopefully you're doing okay, Kev. As Serbia just have possession over on that far side. He's now on this near side in the middle of the pitch with Luke Kitchen. Now he's over halfway. Out to this near left-hand touchline as Serbia come forward. It's Alexander Mitrovic, who seems to be dropping a bit deeper today than what he normally does when he plays Fulham. That's out of play as he was looking for Zivkovic. He's out of play for a throw to Brazil, and he remains scoreless. 18 minutes on the clock. Comments in then. The Oakhampton Argyle FC says the Oakhampton Argyle team are watching this. Come on, Brazil. Good to have you on board as Brazil come forward with Vinicius Junior. Was a late challenge there on Neymar, and that's could be a potential booking for Lukic there as Neymar was away from him, and it was a late challenge on the PSG man. And Kev Benson says, I was having the Leeds players at the Cup. Cheers from New Zealand. So I can tell you then, Kev, we have got 3 players Leeds United out of this World Cup. 2 play for USA. 1 is the captain for USA in Tyler Adams. The other is Brendan Aronson. And the other one is the player who's played in midfield for Denmark in the form of Rasmus Christensen. And Rasmus Christensen got the lowest of the rating of the Leeds players in the World Cup so far by the national media in Denmark. But here is Rafinha inside to Lucas Paqueta. Now Elo Sazan, Miladovic will come forward into Milinkovic Savic, and now Brazil just get the ball back as it is Marquinhos to just clear the ball and play the ball across into the path there of Thiago Silva. Out wide it goes to Alexis Sandro, and they are just knocking the ball around here. Oh, Brazil. Here is the ball forward from Danilo Down the line it goes, headed away. And now Richarlison nips in as Brazil will try and come forward, but he's cut out there as he looked for Neymar. But now here's Alexis Sandro coming forward. Alexis Sandro down the line to Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr., the Real Madrid player, did well in the Champions League final, which was on the channel. Neymar goes for goal. Is a short blow. Richarlison goes down inside the penalty area. Still down, and another Brazilian player goes down there, which was Danilo, but he's now both of them are now back to their feet. 20 minutes gone. It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0. If you just joined into us here on the commentary hub, we're also live on JB Sports, Storm FM, and the commentary hub too. We're also live on Twitch. As here comes Brazil in possession with Marquinhos. How wide it goes into the path of Richarlison, of Rafinha there. Now he's across to Neymar, who's been a bit of wars early on. A couple of fouls against him. As here's Vinicius Jr. into Casemiro. And Casemiro goes for goal. Straight down the throat of Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. And Vanja just saved that well there. He dropped it and he looked like Rafinha was going to come running on it. And it's cleared. And there's Neymar striking towards goal. And he's put behind. And he's saved brilliantly there by the goal. He took a deflection on the route to the goalkeeper. As here comes the Brazilians once more. It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0, 21 minutes gone. But now here comes Lukic for Serbia. Can Serbia get a goal to shock the World Cup again? I wonder, as Brazil just tied you up there and is with Thiago Silva. Into Alexis Sandro, down the line to Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. coming running forward down that left-hand channel. Cuts inside and then weaves its way back outside, then back inside, and then just loses out to Lukic there as he tried to come forward. But Brazil seen a bit of early possession, but no really testing Vanja in the goal apart from that effort a few moments ago from Casemiro. Serbia have had a lot of possession, but no real efforts on target from them to test Alisson in the Brazilian goal. It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0, 22 minutes, almost 22 and a half minutes gone here at the World Cup. It's in Group G as we watch the game unfold. It's out for a throw-in, which is to Serbia as Velkovic tried to play the ball down the line. He blocked by Neymar, and then he called Neymar on the follow-through there. But Neymar will continue because he's a tough cookie, and he'll be okay to continue. Another ball's just come onto the field of play, so the Brazilian Neymar just kicks it into just kicks it back off the pitch, and we're now underway again with the throw-in. Brazil and Serbia going 0-0 in this game as Mladovic just controls possession. Good footwork as he gets the ball back for Milinkovic-Savic. And now Pavlovic, now Mladovic, Milinkovic-Savic. A lot of itches in this game. As now it's down to Rafinha. Can Rafinha get into the penalty area? No, he can't. He can't keep the ball in play either. He's behind for a goal kick to Serbia, and that's good defending from Pavlovic, knowing he's on a yellow card. Can't afford to bring him down and get sent off there. Well, that is a good piece of defending from Stranja Pavlovic to tidy up. It remains Serbia 0, Brazil. It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0 as the ball's up towards Richarlison, and he just gets a foot in there, Richarlison, and now he's back with Thiago Silva, and now Danilo picks up the ball. Now, literally, because that would be a yellow card and a free kick to Serbia. Is Marquinhos across to Alexis Sandro. Alexis Sandro gets it back from Vinicius Jr. Now into the path of Thiago Silva, the captain. And good way this from Brazil to keep hold of possession and working well. It's 0-0 so far, and you're tuned into the commentary. Hopefully I'll get a goal in this game this evening. I got one last night after a 0-0 draw early on. Let's hope I get another one today as I balls in towards Alexander Mitrovic, but Alisson claims it, and that's a wonderful cross in from Milinkovic-Savic, but Alisson claims it just as Neymar nudged into him. Then he hit the back of his own defender, but he came away with it as the ball was played in over on that far side. I think it might have been from Dusan Tadic, actually, the Serbian captain. Can Serbia or Brazil get a foothold in this game and create a real opening? That's the first real effort from Serbia in the game. Brazil have had one as well. It was an header from me, crossing and Mitrovic almost got an end of it. Were claimed by Alisson for Serbia, and the Casemiro effort, which was straight down the throat of Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Now here is Danilo down the line to Richarlison. Back into Neymar and across now to Casemiro. Casemiro will look up and he'll come forward with possession over on that far side. But now wide to Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior back to Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva just plays it across now to Danilo. Danilo just knocking the ball around well as Brazil just look to keep a bit of possession on 26 minutes. He remains 0-0. And this is Tadic coming away with the ball for Serbia. And he's gone down there, Tadic. No free kick given. And now here comes Brazil once more. He's played out wide to Rafinha. Rafinha does well. And he goes inside to Marquinhos. Now Casemiro does well to keep hold of possession. Out wide now to Danilo. Danilo coming forward. Out wide goes from Rafinha into Danilo once more. And this is a good bit of play. Ball's played through to Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior goes down. No penalty. And no offside flag there. He's out for a throw to Brazil. Vinicius Junior's there again. Goes down under another challenge. No free kick given this time. Brazil just keeping hold of possession. And the referee, I think the referee's given a free kick now. And Milenkovic is having a word with the Iranian referee. And this one again is that a penalty there? Could have been potentially offside. The offside wasn't given. And no, it's not a penalty. The goalkeeper Vanja makes a fantastic stop on the ball, then clears it away. It's a free kick to Brazil. Then over on that far side of the left, Neymar's across there to take it. So too is Rafinha. I'm surprised Neymar, he's on inside the penalty area looking to get on the end of this ball in. But then again, I think he could leave it for Rafinha and could make a lay run into that box. He's having a word with Vinicius Junior there and some others there as the referee just telling them to go careful against this one here. As we see Brazil coming forward. It's out wide to Rafinha. Rafinha delivers the ball in towards the back post. He goes out before coming back in. And he's out of play for a goal kick. Went out for a throw in the end. Or it could be a goal kick. But we'll see what the referee's giving here. I think he might have got a throw in there. I'm not 100% sure. We'll try and get the thing finalised in a second. It's still Brazil 0, Serbia 0. If you're just showing us here on the commentary hub. It's a throw to Serbia. In fact, a throw to the... I'm not sure whether the cross went out of play before coming back in and not over on that far side from Rafinha. But he didn't. And it's a throw which is being poorly given away. And Neymar just gives the ball away again. But this time the ball has been given away by Serbia. And Alisson can have possession. And Brazil will start again from the back. It's Marquinhos. Into the path of Thiago Silva now wide to Alexandro. Alexandro coming forward over on that far side. And he will play the ball back into the path of Thiago Silva. Now Marquinhos will come forward with possession. Up towards halfway. Almost half an hour gone. And it remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0. If this is 0-0, I think I'm definitely cursed for games. I'm going to probably say I'm not going to do any games again in the World Cup if this remains 0-0. Today, I've got a couple of games of the weekend, and hopefully I'm not the curse of a 0-0 draw for the commentators I work with as well is Rafinha heads back across looking for Vinicius Junior after a ball into the penalty area from Alexis Sandro. And Rafinha just headed it back across. No, it was from Casemiro, in fact. Rafinha headed back across looking towards Vinicius Junior and was headed behind by Velkovic. And he's behind for a corner. And it's Brazil 0, Serbia 0. In this game. Can Brazil open the deadlock here with half an hour gone? Brazil 0, Serbia 0. As Rafinha delivers a low corner in. He's cleared for another corner. But this corner needs to be better. And needs to have a bit more height and a bit more conviction on this one. Or if he's going to go low, needs to be a low driven one in and driven straight all the way in. He's gone short this time and he to Paqueta back into Rafinha. Rafinha with a low ball in. Thiago Silva coming in across the near post. Could have gone end of it after Paqueta's clever back heel. And then Rafinha with a ball across. And Thiago Silva couldn't go on end of it. And now Dusan Tadic just coming away with the ball for Serbia. Pushed over. The referee says no. I thought he was. There's Milinkovic. I'm not sure if it is down there. I think it might have been Zivkovic. He remains down and he's out of play for a throw to Brazil. And it's Brazil 0. Serbia 0. As it was Zivkovic in the end who went down. And he's out of play. And there's Vinicius Junior. The throw is being given to Brazil, which Neymar will take. Will he? Yes. Back into the path of Thiago Silva. But the referee said it was a free kick rather than a throw-in. So Neymar just gets it. And he gives it now to Thiago Silva again. And now across to Marquinhos. And Marquinhos and Thiago Silva have just switched sides at the moment. Trying to confuse me. But here's the ball out wide to Vinicius Junior. That is yours out wide there on that far side of the left. It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0 as Brazil and Serbia are still battling hard for possession. And it's Livkovic who just clears the ball away and a play for a throw. And Alexandro goes down. Not happy with the challenge. And he's just a throw into Serbia then. I'm just looking at this challenge again. Nothing wrong with that. Well-timed challenge from Zivkovic. And it remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0. We've almost played 33 minutes on the clock. Excuse me as I just went up there to have a cough as here comes Brazil coming forward. Alexis Sandro with the ball in towards the penalty area, looking for the win of Richarlison. He breaks away to the edge of the penalty area, and Marquinhos will come forward. Across to Alexandro. Alexandro gets the ball forward into Vinicius, into Neymar there. Neymar still going. Goes down Neymar. No free kick given against for foul on the Brazilian and the PSG man. But here's Chelsea's Thiago Silva up over halfway and inside the Serbian half. Now out to Danilo. Delivers the ball and looking for Tottenham's Richarlison. It's cleared away. Here's Fulham's Alexander Mitrovic to Ajax's Dusan Tadic. And no foul on Alexander Mitrovic, who's now getting back to his feet after being bemused that he wasn't given a free kick there. And here is Marquinhos. And Marquinhos will come forward. And it's Brazil 0, Serbia 0. And Brazil just having a bit of possession. Lovely back heel flick then into Richarlison. Now wide to Rafinha. He's got Danilo on the outside, but Rafinha goes inside to Paqueta. Back into Rafinha. And Rafinha's shot is straight down the throat of Vanja. And that should have been 1-0 to Brazil. It was well nicely back into Rafinha's path. But Rafinha's effort is a weak one. And straight down the throat of Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Brazil 0, Serbia 0. The scoreline. As Danilo watches this bounce all the way out of play for a throw, and there's a Derby County fan over there and the Middlesbrough fan there too. Down in the corner I can see two flags, a Derby one and a Middlesbrough one. But here's Danilo's free. Here's Danilo's throwing then for Brazil. Rafinha making an option for him to come short, but he goes long into Buffett with Richarlison, who goes down. No free kick given against Richarlison. But here is the ball in towards Tadic. He goes down, no free kick given there. And then he's out of play for a throw to Brazil. As Rafinha tried to come forward with possession, but he just lost out there. And this is the challenge on Tadic, which is not being given. And he tried, as he was almost breaking from Mitrovic, Thiago Silva watched it go out for a throw. And now here comes Neymar, over halfway, left-hand side, trying to pick out the run of Vinicius Jr. He was cut out in the end there by Lukic, and he's back to the goalkeeper, Vanja. Now Serbia will start again with Plavic. Back to Vanja now, between the sticks. Across into the path of Pavlovic, who clears it long, and headed down by another Mitrovic into Milinkovic-Savic. And he spreads the ball out wide well there to Zivkovic. Zivkovic is coming forward. Now out wide to Dusan Tadic. Back to Zivkovic. Zivkovic with the cross in deep. And at the bar post comes from Mladovic. But that's over. And there is another chance for Serbia, which just goes wide, and he did come off the Serbian. Oh, some thought he'd come off Rafinha there, the Barcelona man. Made his name though and Leeds United, which forced him into the World Cup squad, and the Brazilian squad, and helped him get noticed on the international stage. His agent, if you're wondering, is former Chelsea midfielder Deco is Rafinha's agent. Here's Vlekovic across now into the path of Milenkovic into Lukic, and Lukic is coming up towards halfway. Out wide to Tadic, to Zinkovic, and out wide now. And it's a threat to Serbia, which Neymar can't believe there. He thought that was his side's throwing. Did Neymar, but he's not. And he's out of play. And Brazil will just come again from the back and start tidying up. It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0. If you're just tuned into us here. Can Brazil? 4 attempts for Brazil, 3 on target, not 1 attempt for Serbia, none on target yet. Can Serbia create a goal scoring attack, an attempt on target to work Alisson into a good chance there? It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0, 38 minutes gone. And hopefully you're enjoying the coverage here on the commentary hub. Can Brazil force an opening after having the better of the chances in this game so far? No one's looking the more likely to score at the moment. There's been some efforts though from Brazil, which Casemiro went close with and Rafinha did. But they're the 2 efforts mainly I can remember being on target for Brazil. And none on target at the moment for Serbia. None really testing or... There was a block shot from Marquinhos early on. And a couple of block shot as well for Brazil. But nothing worthy of anything right to know about at the moment in terms of goals in this contest. It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0. As there's the ball in from Paqueta, cleared away. Got more live coverage for you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have all the games tomorrow with you. I'll be with you in the morning. 10 a.m. start for me tomorrow, as I bring you Wales against Iran. And I'm looking forward to watching that one in the morning. Make sure you join me from 10 to 10 tomorrow morning, as I guide you through Wales' second group game of the World Cup. Can Wales do what England did to Iran and inflict misery on them? Or will Iran inflict misery on Rangers? No, Rangers, Wales, should I say? I got Rangers on my mind because Queen's Park Rangers player Tyler Roberts is not in the Wales squad. And news come through early that Rangers are expected to make an approach for QPR's manager Mick Beale. He was the assistant to Steven Gerrard at Rangers. And also Mick Beale may go and have talks with Rangers about becoming the manager. As the ball is worked forward there, now Brazil will try and come away with possession as this balls it over the top. And he's out of plays. Comes to Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior's out of penalty. Vinicius Junior just wide. And Vinicius Junior going for goal there. And I think Richarlison going his way for a second. And we've just seen this one again. Richarlison almost getting his eye line, which I think put him off and not making that shot. And then the Milenkovic was lucky. He wasn't nowhere near the goal when he did that clearance. And he looks like Neymar, Vinicius Junior's claiming that should be a corner. So too is Richarlison. As I'm just watching this getting on the replay. Yes, I think that's a corner as well. But the referee didn't think so. And Serbia now with the ball in towards Alexander Mitrovic. He's just over his head. And Zivkovic can't keep the ball in play. Over on that far side. If you're just tuning into us, a very big warm welcome to you. Brazil 0, Serbia 0. If you're wondering what game I am watching and covering, if you can't see the screen, it says it's 0-0 between Brazil and Serbia. If you just got it on in your car radio and just listening to the commentary, thank you for doing so. You can do that if you connect your phone to the car radio and put on twitch.tv or download the Twitch app and find us on there. Can Brazil or Serbia open the scoring this evening? It looks like at the moment I'm heading for a second straight 0-0 draw on the channel, and I think about 3 in succession, and a double 2 in succession on 1 yesterday to make it an hat-trick of 0-0 draws done by me. And if that's the case, I'm definitely jinxed, and I'm definitely blaming my good friend Luke Turton. Hopefully you're feeling better, Luke. As I know you were poorly yesterday and pulled out of the remaining games this week. I'll double check with the commentators tomorrow and let you know for definite if the games are going to be on the channel. I know for one that Wales v Iran's going to be on, and I think the Netherlands game is going to be on tomorrow at 4 o'clock as well with Nicholas Jones. And I'll double check with Chris Coughlin and Mike Ornament if they're still okay to do their games tomorrow. And it'll be Mike's first commentary of the World Cup if he does join. As it's Brazil 0, Serbia 0 on 43 minutes. 43 and a half minutes gone. And we're 90 seconds away from finding out how many minutes out of downtime we're going to get. And if we're going to be at a 0-0 scoreline at half time, which I think it is going to be looking like this at the moment. Serbia yet to really test Alisson much in the goal as we watch this game unfold. Can one of these sides open the deadlock and break the deadlock? Here's Tadic. How wide it goes to Milenkovic and the ball into the penalty area. Looking for Tadic's paw from Milenkovic Savic. And now Serbia can come away with possession. It's cleared away. And now it's Brazil 0, Serbia 0 if you're just joining us here on the commentary hub. Thank you very much for choosing us as your commentary and our coverage for your listening pleasure today. Brazil 0, Serbia 0, as here comes Alexis Sancho over on that far side. Alexis Sancho down the side there in towards the penalty area, cleared away, and now Brazil will have to do some defending here. And there's a minute added on time at the end of this first half, which seems about right. Maybe extra adding on because of the stoppage there. Well, the referee just has a word with some Serbian players who just surrounded him there, asking a few questions on some of the decisions that's been given so far by our Iranian friend in the middle. But it remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0. If you're just tuned into us here on the commentary here, but Alexandro comes forward almost at half time. And the whistle there signals the end of the first half. And he remains goalless. And the break. Brazil with the best chances in that first half. But there is no breakthrough yet. And he remains goalless. There is a chances for Rafinha and Casemiro. And there's been a couple of crosses in. And efforts blocked for Serbia. But at the break is Serbia 0. At the break, should I say, it's Brazil 0, Serbia 0. Join me back in 15 minutes for the second half as we guide you through the second half action. At the break then, in Group G of the World Cup, Brazil 0, Serbia 0. Join me again in about 15 minutes time. Welcome back to the second half coverage of Brazil against Serbia from the World Cup in Group G. It's 0-0 at the break, with Casemiro and Rafinha going closest for Barcelona for Brazil in that first half. Serbia yet to really trouble Alisson in the Brazilian goal. Looks like no changes for Brazil at half time. There is the number 6 for Brazil, Alexandro, coming out of the tunnel of the start of the second half. There is Neymar too coming out, just putting a bit of tape on his arm. Again, like he does on each arm, on one of his arms, and I wonder if he'll put the other one on the other arm in a moment. And then show it on one arm, it looks like, for the second half. We're just watching him coming out of the pitch. Not got his shirt on just now, just about to put his shirt back on, just having a quick word with his manager Tito there as he just comes running out for the start of the second half. Looks like no changes to either Brazil or Serbia at half time. Neymar back onto the field of play now, so they're all back onto the field of play, ready for the second half. I'm going to get ready to guide you through the second half, which Serbia have got underway with Neymar fastening his shoes while the game is underway. Second half has been played about 11 seconds now, and it's still Brazil 0, Serbia 0, as Neymar just finishes fastening his shoelace and putting his shirt back on properly. And now the second half is underway as we see Serbia in possession. And we'll go through the Brazil team again. It's Alisson in goal. It's a back four for them of Danilo, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, and Alexandro's. Rafinha goes through and has a shot saved. We'll go through the rest of the team in a minute. It is Vinicius Junior into as a penalty and it's cleared out of play for a throw, but Rafinha almost nearly on as Vinicius Junior wins a throw, and it will be taken by Alexandro. We'll go through the rest of the team in a second for you as we just watch this Brazil attack once more. But he goes back to Marquinhos and back to Thiago Silva. So I'll run you through the rest of the Brazil team. So it's the midfield of Lucas Paqueta, Casemiro and Neymar, with Rafinha, Richarlison and Vinicius Junior front is Vanjo in goal for Serbia. A back three then of Milankovic, Vekovic and Pilovic. A midfield of Zivkovic, Lukic, Gudelj and Miladovic. And then the front three is Tadic, the captain, Milinkovic Savic and Alexander Mitrovic. And it's Mitrovic who's got the ball, trying to play it through to his teammate there. But now it's Richarlison coming forward for Brazil. Richarlison only running through the centre. No free kick given as he goes down. He remains down, does Richarlison. But now Serbia will come away with possession over on this right-hand side. It's nod back into Dusan Tadic, who's being forced backwards, but then manages to get out of that tight space and come forwards. We're giving the ball away to Casemiro, who's wanting movement from the Brazilians, but no goatee there, so he has to go sideways and back to Marquinhos. He had to go to Thiago Silva to find Marquinhos. And now Brazil will come forward once again down the left-hand side. It's a brilliant ball into Richarlison. Does well into Neymar. And Neymar eye wide into the edge of Paqueta. Paqueta can't get there now on the edge of the penalty area. And Serbia just defend well as Mitrovic flicks over the head and then plays a wonderful ball out wide to this right-hand side. And Zivkovic can come away with possession over halfway. Twisting, turning back inside his own half and gets the ball inside. And now here comes Likovic, but now here comes Brazil. It's Neymar coming forward. Neymar running in towards the penalty. Goes down on the edge of the box under a challenge of Red Edge there, and Red Edge is penalised for a yellow card. And that is a yellow card for Nemanja Gudelj. Then that was a definite yellow card for a foul on Neymar, who was just about to pull the trigger when that free kick, when he was just gone through there. It remains 0-0 Serbia nil. Second half underway then. And that's Brazil have started well this second half. Serbia yet to really get going in this second half. Can one of these sides get the opening goal here and stop me from being a jinx in making him 0-0? As Neymar sending over this free kick. Rafinha's there too. As Vanja's just standing there watching this free kick, getting ready for the free kick to be taken then as we watch this ball being taken, which will be with Dusan Tadic standing over this, which will be Neymar standing over this free kick with Rafinha. Dusan Tadic getting the wall set up as being the captain and getting his players back in that wall. He stood right just behind Casemiro and Paqueta. Is the Serbian captain with Neymar over this free kick, or will it be Rafinha? Will it be Neymar with the right foot to curl it over the wall, or Rafinha with the left to curl it round the wall? The referee blows his whistle. As the Brazil players to step forward from the wall. Neymar with strip point from his face. Neymar will line up. He goes for goal. Neymar deflects off the wall behind for a corner. And it was Neymar going towards that top corner. Going towards the near top corner as he looked. Well, there is the corner kick then for Brazil, which will be taken by Neymar. And the likes of Casemiro, Thiago Silva up inside the penalty area remaining. Richarlison comes towards the near post, but it's over his head. And it breaks down for Richarlison. Richarlison's shot is blocked. And Neymar puts the ball back in. It's cleared away. There's a man down inside the penalty area for Serbia. And the ball's out of play for a throw to Brazil. But there's Milinkovic Savic down there. After the ball just whacks me in the face. After blocking Thiago Silva's flicked header on. He remains down. And he'll get a bit of treatment. But this is another brilliant free kick. And it was an header away by Milinkovic. We'll blow that free kick. There's a stoppage in play then. But Milinkovic Savic is back on his feet. And it's okay to continue. It looks like he doesn't need any additional treatment from the physios. So Brazil will have to be able to get the game back underway in a moment. And it'll be a throw into them taken by Alexis Sandro into Neymar. Back to Alexis Sandro now and into the path of Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva just working the ball around well. As we see the Brazil try to attack over on that far side. It remains goalless. 51 and a half minutes gone. As Marquinhos plays a wonderful ball over the top looking for Vinicius Junior, goes down. He's being penalised as if for free kick because he's just been given as a throw. He's just been given as a throw, and I've just been told there as we just watch this again. As he's just got an elbow nudged in the back there. No free kick given. Serbia throwing and they've taken it quickly. It's up in the air. Paqueta wins it into Richarlison. Back into Paqueta. Goes to Rafinha. Rafinha out of the penalty area. Wonderful challenge from Pavlovic, who had to get timed that challenge brilliantly. Otherwise, it would have been a second yellow and a red card for the Serbian left centre back. As Paqueta just battles for possession and concedes a throw, but then goes down injured. In the end there. But he's 0-0, but this is where he gets injured. He's not sure where he picks up the injury unless when the ball whacked his knee. That's the only thing I can think of. It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0. Excuse me, as we watch this game unfold then. It's 0-0 between Brazil and Serbia. If you want to get involved with your comments, please keep them clean. This is a family-friendly programme. As here's Thiago Silva coming forward. In towards Vinicius Junior. Who just keeps the ball in play, Vinicius Junior. Towards the penalty area, left-hand side, attacking the box. Inside the box now. Delivers the ball in. Neymar comes in to try and get there. Ball back into the penalty area. Cleared away by Serbia. And now Serbia can try and break over on that near side. But then Thiago Silva just gets back in. And now Brazil will come forward again. It's Casemiro to Thiago Silva. Where's the captain's armband, Thiago Silva? Good play this from Brazil and Serbia. Remains 0-0 here on the commentary hub. It's me, I'm the jinx if it remains 0-0. It's me, I am the jinx, it's me. As the ball is cleared away for a throw to Serbia. And it remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0. 54 minutes gone in the game. As we watch this game unfold, as I've got two more games to go, three more games to go. One on, as main comes this is, one on Friday, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. Got Kokomo on Saturday as well with alongside JB. And then the ball is cleared away, but now Brazil coming back forward with Alexis Sandro coming forward. Out to Vinicius Jr. Left hand side of the penalty. Ball in towards the box. And a shot just wide from Neymar. Neymar was always putting that one wide. He was falling before the ball came in. He was slipping as that ball came into him. He's falling again, as the song would say. He didn't connect with it properly. It was the outside of his boot, and he went wide. And there is the Brazilians fans just getting behind their team, and despite it being 0-0. That's what the Brazilians are like. They get behind their team, even when it isn't going their way. As it remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0 in the World Cup here on the commentary hub. The home of alternative commentary, Russ Fennan, with the man on the mic for you to give you this game today. As he brings you the ball for Serbia coming forward, and the ball is just hit Milinkovic Savic, but he finds the way through to Alisson, and it remains 0-0. Hopefully there'll be some goals in the second half to bring you, as we have played almost 11 minutes of the second half. Well, it remains a 0-0. Hopefully no jinx for this one. If it is, I'm going to blame Luke Turton. But now a free kick to Brazil for a foul on Neymar. But it was a late decision from the referee as Serbia tried to break forward by Lukic, but it was a free kick. But it is the first sub for Serbia, which sees number 8, Gudelj, and number 14, Zivkovic come off, and it's Ilic and, because I've just seen, I think it's Ilic who's coming on, is it? Ilic and Radonic coming on now then for Gudelj and Zivkovic. So they're the first two changes for Serbia to make. No changes yet for Brazil as are buzzing towards the penalty area and claimed by the Serbian goalkeeper. As we bring you the game on this World Cup clash. As Serbia put the ball in towards the penalty area, headed away by Alexandro behind for a corner. And that's just good defending there from Alexandro there to defend. Well, it remains 0-0 if you're just tuned into us here on the commentary hub. 30 minutes of the second half gone. As we watch the game unfold in the second half. It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0. No changes for Brazil yet and Tite, but two changes for Dragan Zigovic. As the ball's in towards the penalty, headed away by Alessandro and helped away by Paqueta. He's had a play for a throw to Serbia. And Serbia will have a chance to try and get forward here. And they'll be looking to do so. Looking to get forward, looking to cause a few problems in this game. It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0 as the ball is out of play for a throw-in, and been a good game so far to bring to you here on the commentary hub. And we'll wonder to if we can fetch you some more great commentaries coming up. The answer to that will be yes. We will be able to fetch you some more great commentaries as we watch this game unfold today, as Brazil have just got possession over on that far side. And they work it forward, and will work it forward well. And they'll look to cause a number of problems for Brazil. And there's a shot off the post from Brazil. I think it was from Lucas Paqueta with the effort. Ball back into Vinicius Junior on the far side. Vinicius Junior puts the ball back in and wide. And I think it was Lucas Paqueta with the effort. It was struck the post, no it wasn't. It was Alexandro with a long range effort which came back off of the post and almost hit the goalkeeper on the back of the head. But he bounced away to safety. And Alexandro so close to giving Brazil the lead on the hour mark. It's Brazil 0, Serbia 0. And that's the closest we've come in the second half to opening the scoring. And it's coming in the shape of Alexandro and Brazil. So then let's see how the second half will unfold. As here comes Brazil once more. This ball too far in front of Rafinha there from Richarlison. And he apologises, does the Spurs man to the Barcelona man. And Milenkovic just gets it back to his goalkeeper, Vanja. Vanja will play the ball out wide to the right hand side for the left back, left wing back, and left centre back Pilevic, but he's giving the ball away. And now here is Danilo trying to get the ball forward. Paqueta can't get an end of it. Richarlison closing down the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper manages to clear away before Richarlison could get anywhere close to him. And now Paqueta just picks up the ball into the path of Alexandro. Good bit of play this from Brazil. It remains Brazil 0, Serbia 0, as is Casemiro spreading the ball out wide to Danilo. Danilo will look up and feed it down the line to Rafinha. Rafinha cuts inside, was he? No, he goes back to his centre-back partner Marquinhos. And now across into Alexis Sandro. Now there's Marquinhos once more. And now here comes Vinicius Junior. Infield it goes to Casemiro. Good play this from Casemiro and out wide. It goes now, and good bit of play this over on that far side. And here is Neymar. Rafinha to the path of Neymar. Neymar can't control. He's won bad there brilliantly by Thiago Silva. Just nipping in to get the ball back. Neymar on the edge of the box. Still going Neymar. Can he get the strike away on goal? No, he can't yet. Comes to Vinicius Junior, shot saved. And it's in this time. And it's Richarlison who scores. And Brazil have opened the scoring. The jinx for Brazil. And the jinx for me being 0-0 king has been broken by Richarlison. And Richarlison has opened the scoring and Brazil celebrate. Like man, Vinicius Junior's effort was saved. And it came back out. And Richarlison just celebrates his 18th goal for Brazil. And his first at a World Cup. It's Brazil 1, Serbia 0. And Serbia appealing for an offside against Richarlison as the shot came in. He wasn't offside. It was Rafinha, the man was offside. He didn't interfere with play. He never made an attempt to go for the ball. But Brazil have opened the scoring. And maybe in a jinx of 0-0s. Looks like it could be coming to it. Looks like it could come to an end in this game. I've seen my first goal this evening. And it's Brazil 1, Serbia 0. And that's Richarlison's first goal of the World Cup. And his 18th for Brazil. Brazil 1, Serbia 0. And this game is now turned into a fantastic game now. And Nicholas Jones has just been on. I'll get to Nicholas's point in a minute as the Serbia tried to attack to get the goal back after that opening goal there. from Richarlison. And my oh my, did I need a goal there to just tear the jinx away from me? And there's a yellow card there to somebody. Not sure which player's been given a yellow card there. It's Calicho's down. There's a Brazilian player gone into the bub there. Didn't quite see which Brazilian player got that yellow card there. I think it might be Thiago Silva. There's Lukic who's got booked for complaining initially there for no yellow card straight away. Having to go to the referee, Lukic, then he gets the booking. And I think the other booking will be for Casemiro if he books a Brazilian player. Will it? We'll have to wait and see if Casemiro gets booked here. The Brazilian fans are happy there now. They're dancing around. Ooh. It may just be Lukic who's just got. It's just Lukic who's just got bumped there, not Casemiro. Because he thought there was a foul on Dusan Tadic. But here's another sub coming for Serbia. It's the player who's just been booked, Sasa Lukic, off, along with Milanovic off as well. So there's another double change for Serbia. Milanovic and Lukic going off. It's Dusan Vlahovic and Lazovic who will come on for Serbia to try and help them get back into this game. So there's the next double changes for Serbia in this game as they try and get back into the contest, trailing by a goal to nil, and they'll be looking to get a goal in this game. Dusan Vlahovic and Darko Lazovic now on the field of play, and they'll be looking to create something for Serbia to get them back in the game. And I'm not surprised really that Alexander Mitrovic is still on the field of play. He's not really done much today as Alexander Mitrovic. Or Serbia. Thought he might have gone off the fetch on Dusan Vlahovic, but I think they're putting him up front with Dusan Vlahovic for the moment. We'll watch this game unfold and then we'll get back to some of the comments, especially that one from Nicholas Jones, as here comes Brazil. Forward here now. His name on. Now he comes to Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior inside the penalty. Vinicius Junior, can he score? No! He puts it wide. He lost his footing at the vital moment. And he sliced it wide. So unlucky. There, Vinicius Junior. There was a man down inside the penalty on the edge of the box. I think it was. I'm not sure he was there. Who was down on the edge of the penalty. I think it may have been. Let's have a look who this is. It was Neymar went down on the edge of the box. He brought to Vinicius Junior. But he's got his effort all wrong and he goes wide. And the comment Nicholas said when I took the words right out of his mouth was when I said my jinx had gone. And great minds, Nicholas, think alike, my friend. Great minds think alike. Brazil 1, Serbia 0. And hopefully the jinx has come to an end and we'll see goals in the Wales game tomorrow with myself at 10 a.m. in the morning. Here on the commentary hub and JB Sports, Storm FM commentary hub too, and also on our Twitch channel as well. You can tweet us as well if you want to get involved in this coverage. I commentary live when I'll read some of them out if and when I get a chance. Or you can do what Nicholas has done and get involved in the comments over on our YouTube channel. Brazil 1, Serbia 0. As Lenovic has put the ball in. He's out for a corner. And Dusan Tadic will come across to take. And he'll see the likes of Velkovic, Milenkovic, and Pavlovic all coming up from the back to try and cause a few problems in that Brazilian defence. Alexander Mitrovic is still in there. And he's got Piquet to watch him as the Pavlovic heads over. And he's behind for a goal kick. And hopefully we'll see some more goals in this game towards the end of. But I'm glad I've got the one goal. There is one of the FIFA legends in the crowd there. I've just seen. Then there was a Roberto Carlos in the crowd there for the former Brazilian left back. And he was a fantastic player back in the day, Roberto Carlos. And he's Serbia coming forward. But there's a push on Thiago Silva by. Let's see who he was by there. But he's not being given as a push by Dusan Tadic. He's been given as a corner. Or as a throw-in, I think it might be. A throw-in, I think. And it's going to be a long throw-in. No, it's a corner which Tadic will take. So like Tadic went running into the box. But then he just went to probably tell where to stand as a header in there. Mitrovic is back across goal. Cleared away. Acrobatic Kevin cleared away. Goes out to the shot just over. And that was Lazovic with the shot over. And Serbia almost getting an immediate equaliser. And that's a wonderful chance. Milinkovic Savic headed it back across. Headed away then by Marquinhos. Then a shot from Laskovic. Goes wide. No chance of Vlahovic just doing another kick. He missed the ball completely in the back of Vinicius Jr. And it remains Brazil 1, Serbia 0 with 20 minutes to go. Nicholas, if you're still out there listening, let me know who you think has been the best player for either side tonight so far. Who you think has done a good job, and I'll give my player of the match to a little bit later on. See if it's the same choice as you. Who would you give your player of the match to if you was in my shoes, Nicholas? And I'll let you know if I've been the same, which you can find out who gets our player of the match vote, which is sponsored by the brilliant commentary services. Some more Brazilian legends there in the crowd. They're looking at, considering Brazil are leading by a goal to nil, don't look that happy. Gabriel Martinelli on the bench, Gabriel Jesus, Anthony, Rodrigo, Alex Telles, Fabinho, Eden Militao, Dani Alves, Fred, Bruno Guimaraes, some of the big name players from the Premier League on the bench for Brazil and around Europe. And here's one of them around Europe on the ball now in Neymar. No goal for Neymar yet in this World Cup. The opening goal for Brazil came from Richarlison, who some would say would be an unlikely scorer for Brazil in the World Cup. And here is Vinicius Jr. Can Vinicius Jr. come forward? He clears away by Brazil, and they just try and come forward here, and they defend really well. Can Brazil get back on possession and just tidy up possession and just keep the ball tidy till the end of the game? I wonder. Is Brazil 1, Serbia 0? If you just tuned into us here on the commentary hub, Fred's about to come off for Brazil, which would be their first change of the game. And I think the TT is just trying to get a bit more instructions into Fred before he comes onto the field of play. There's Rafinha to play the ball towards this left-hand side towards Vinicius Jr. He bounces away from Vinicius Jr. Serbia just managed to clear, but now as Alexandro now finds Vinicius Jr. into Neymar, and Neymar will come forward. Back into Vinicius Jr. Attacks down the left-hand side, in towards the penalty area, in towards Richarlison! Oh my word, will he go for Richarlison? That is outstanding. And that's an absolute fantastic strike. And it's Brazil 2, Serbia 0. And my jinx is definitely gone now. And that one is even better than the first. The way he controls it and then fires it in with an acrobatic bicycle kick afterwards. There's a Brazil fan in the crowd holding up a replica of the World Cup. And the Brazil players are dancing down the side of the pitch including the substitutes who were warming up down there. Vinicius Junior with the ball in, one touch to take to control, and then he turns away fantastically well, Richarlison, away from the defenders, and an acrobatic effort beyond the reach of the goalkeeper, Vanja, and Richarlison has made it 2-0, and he has got his second goal of the game. And that goal is the pick of the bunch. He's 2 for Richarlison. He's 2 for Brazil. And their World Cup campaign is off and running. Still been too good for Serbia. As we now see Paqueta come off. Good performance from Lucas Paqueta as he is replaced by Fred in the first change for Tite, should I say, the Brazilian manager. And the second sub sees Vinicius Junior come off. And Rodrigo, the Real Madrid teammate, take his place. And fantastic performance from both Vinicius Junior and Lucas Paqueta this evening. Fred and Rodrigo will be looking to add to those performances and replicate those two who they've just replaced on the field to play. Can Richarlison, the first player to score an hat-trick in this World Cup, this winter? He's on for that hat-trick, and he says out on that field for it as well, so there's plenty of time for him to do that. Serbia have got one sub left. Brazil have got three subs left. But here's Richarlison on that hat-trick. Plays the ball out wide to Danilo. Danilo crosses the ball in towards the back post. He comes towards Rodrigo, and he's headed away and picked up there by Dusan Vlahovic. And now Vlahovic will get the ball forward for Serbia as they try and get back in this game and try and get a goal in their first match of the tournament, so they don't start on nil point. And here comes Rodrigo. Rodrigo gets the ball back, running down the left-hand channel. Rodrigo into the penalty area. Rodrigo's still going. He's away from him. Comes out to Alexis Andros, and his shot is blocked. Or was it? It was Casemiro actually who had that effort just there. As Rodrigo got the lost ball challenge, and that was brought by Dusan Tadic, and he's going out to play for a throw-in to Brazil, which will be taken by Alexandro, and Gabriel Jesus will be the next player to come on for Barcelona, for Brazil. And there is the throw-in, and it looks like the change will be made shortly, will it? Which will see Gabriel Jesus come onto the field of play. He will be wearing the number 18 shirt. And I'm thinking it could be for Richarlison that he may come on for. And the board will go up in a minute, and we'll be able to say who is coming on for. Or could it be for Neymar, who's down again here? Now Gabriel Jesus comes off. Oh no, it is Richarlison. I was right first time, so no hat-trick for Richarlison at this World Cup. But Gabriel Jesus comes on and makes his first appearance at this World Cup. Who's been in fine form for Arsenal this season? Gabriel Jesus. But the man who's on 2 goals, Richarlison, will be the man that departs. this evening. So Richarlison leaves this game with a brace and replaced by Gabriel Jesus. There's the second of. There's his first goal there. No, that's his second goal, actually, I think. And Tite's choice to start with him is absolutely fantastic. There's a little girl there in the crowd with her father. And there is a substitution as well. Neymar has just been substituted for Brazil. No goals for him tonight as Manchester United's Antony comes on to replace the Brazilian legend and an icon of the modern game in Neymar. No goal for him. He'll be disappointed not to get off the mark early on in the World Cup. But now, can Brazil get back into this game? Is they add more goals to this contest and keep with their lead intact and extend their lead as well? The time left is 10 minutes to do that, and I'm trying to wonder how many minutes of stoppage time will be added on in this game as the ball goes out of play for goal kick. As Lazovic didn't touch that ball there, as Anthony was hoping he did. Be interesting to see how this game will end. It's Brazil 2, Serbia 0. And my jinx of being the king of nil-nils on the commentary during the World Cup will finally come to an end tonight, which I'm delighted about. As the ball is played forward, and a wonderful bit of play over on that far side. Here's Rafinha, inside the penalty area, Rafinha. Still going Rafinha. It breaks to the edge of the box and off the ball from Casemiro. And now we're almost 3-0 with 9 minutes to go. And Casemiro just going close again. And now he's with Antony. Casemiro. Here is Thiago Silva. Close to Marquinhos. Marquinhos over on that far side of the right now. And the play inside. Well then, now here comes Brazil coming forward. And now is on this near side is Rodrigo plays a 1-2. And Rodrigo goes for goal, saved by the goalkeeper. Van Gaal right to Rafinha now. Rafinha. Lovely footwork from Rafinha. Does well. All of the back heel there. And now here comes Brazil once more as they keep all the possession. Danilo to Rafinha. He's walking slowly, Rafinha, because no one's putting any real pressure on him. Goes inside there, brilliantly. Ball towards the penalty area. The man goes down inside the penalty area there, Gabriel Jesus. No penalty against him. He was pushed over there, Gabriel Jesus. And the referee says no penalty there. That's an effort again off the bar from Casemiro. And how close was he for making it 3-0 there? Unlucky, my son. Unlucky. And he's not really my son, but he has been unlucky. He was unlucky there. As we see Brazil coming forward here now. There's a penalty. Shot goes for goal. Save again by the goalkeeper. Fred's going close this time. And Brazil are beginning to knock on the door for more goals. But Vanja keeps his hands big and makes the save well as Alexander Mitrovic leaves the field of play. No goals for him today as Nemanja Maximovic comes on to replace the Fulham talisman in Alexander Mitrovic. As Brazil will try and create another goal before the end of this game and try and put a statement out to the rest of the world that they're not here to mess about. And the ball in towards a penalty cleared away. England put a statement out on Monday saying they're not here to mess about. when they beat Iran by 6 goals to England, back in action tomorrow when they take on the United States of America. And he proves that. And news in early from Gareth Southgate is that Harry Kane is trained and will be fit and available to play tomorrow. Looks like he may end up starting as well. And there's also good news on the front for Harry Maguire, who looks like fit and set to make his 50th appearance for England when they take on the Americans tomorrow evening. A game which hopefully will be able to hear on the commentary with Mike Orneman guiding you through the action. We'll try and confirm that to you and try and confirm the action over on. We'll confirm our matches that we've got coming up for you tomorrow on our Twitch, on our Twitter feed, a commentary live one. And they'll be live on Twitch, they'll be live on YouTube with the games that we've got coming for you tomorrow. We'll confirm them all this evening or tomorrow, and we'll get you in the coverage so you can listen along to the coverage. One game I can tell you that's coming on tomorrow is Wales' game against Iran. We'll be able to hear from myself, Russ Vennon, once again talking you through the action. Ball into the penalty area is cleared away. And now here comes Brazil, who will try and get the ball forward. And Brazil will look to attack over on that far side with Rafinha. Goes back to Danilo. Danilo just controls and goes back to Marquinhos. Marquinhos just inside the Serbian half, inside the centre circle. Left, right hand side of it as Brazil attack. Left hand side of it, we look across the pitch. And down the line he goes into Gabriel Jesus. He's onside. Gabriel Jesus is onside. In towards the penalty area now. Inside the penalty area now. Just in one way. Then the other drills a little ball in. It's cleared away. Only as far as Fred. And now Brazil just continue to probe and knock the ball around well. Is Anthony in possession? Missed the last 2 games of the Premier League for Manchester United with an injury, but fit enough to play today in the World Cup. Anthony. There's a ball in towards the penalty area. There's the boxes. Rodrigo just over. And there is Rodrigo's effort. Always going over. When he bent it, he was always going wide. Never any real conviction. And that was always going wide. Anthony's former Manchester United teammate, Cristiano Ronaldo, got the headlines in the Portuguese game, but for the wrong reasons. He dove, which got a penalty for Portugal, which put them on their way to a 3-2 victory over Ghana, as Rafinha is now being replaced by Brazil. A good 86 minutes under Rafinha's belt, as this is Brazil's final change. And replacing Rafinha is, as we try and see who that, who he was, who's just come on to replace him. We'll try and get confirmation of that one in a second when we see who's got the ball out wide there. It was, I think it's Eder Miller. I'm not sure it is who's come on there for Rafinha. We'll try and get confirmation in a moment. I think he's number 26, Gabriel Martinelli. It is Gabriel Martinelli just come on for Rafinha there, and he's going down this left hand side. Gabriel Martinelli pulls the ball across and it's cleared away. And Gabriel Martinelli, first involvement, almost sets up a goal for his country in this World Cup. And he's replaced Rafinha. And almost time for me to announce my player of the match. I think some of you may be able to guess who it is. I won't reveal it just yet. My player of the match. We'll see. We've got some more comments coming in. We'll see what they say in a second. Nicholas, give me some good news for Wales fans. If you're listening to this, Joe Allen has passed his fitness test, so should make the line up tomorrow for Wales in their game against Iran. But here is Danilo for Brazil in this game. It was a penalty and Gabriel Martinelli heads over. And Gabriel Martinelli heads over the bar there. And that's a glorious chance for Brazil to make it number 3. As we now get ready to announce our player of the match. Sponsored by Commentary Services. And it's gone to Brazil's 2-goal hero, Richarlison. A fantastic performance from him all round. Capped off by 2 goals. He led the line well. Linked up the play well with Neymar, Paqueta, Rafinha and Vinicius in that first half. And majority of the second. And then he linked up well until he went off. But Richarlison, 2-goal hero for Brazil, looks like to be the match hero as well. Has been given our player of the match. Congratulations to him. And now he's back with Brazil, who just keep the ball well and knocking around well is Marquinhos to Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva will just play the ball forward into the path of Alexandra. Now Casemiro back to Thiago Silva. Now into Marquinhos. We're 8 seconds away from finding out who's going to get how many stoppages is going to be added on in this game. I wonder if there's going to be an absurd amount of games. And we've just, I think I can see, if my eyes didn't deceive me there, which they didn't, we have got a whopping 7 minutes of added on time at the end of this game, where Brazil lead 2-0 against Serbia, and Serbia still have a chance in this 7 minutes of added on time, which we've played 30 seconds of, a chance to get into the lead here. As Serbia trying to come forward, but good defensive work there for Brazil over on that far side by Antony, who's moved across that right-hand side now after the introduction of Gabriel Martinelli. And there's a throw in there to Serbia, which has been taken quickly while non-Neymar, Antony was arguing with the referee. The ball's in towards the penalty, towards the back post. It's cleared away. Look like Tadic put the ball in there. And now it is Malenkovic. And Pavlovic has done well to avoid getting another yellow card since around about the 6th minute mark in the game. He picked up that yellow card. He's done well to avoid another one. There's a Brazilian player down inside the penalty area, which is Danilo, who's down there, who's been helped up by the referee and Marquinhos there. And he just appeared to pull up there, did Danilo, as he trying to get across to blow that cross in. There's a throw-in to be taken down the line by Alexandra, who's looking for runners. Goes down the line to look for Martinelli. No foul on him as he goes down, as he gets put down to the ground. He's a flick header on, looking towards Gabriel Martinelli, who gets there. Now breaks into the path of Gabriel Jesus. Now into Martinelli. Back into Jesus inside the penalty area. Jesus just slightly run away from him. But he goes back to a Brazilian player in Danilo, who's struggling. So he leaves it for Marquinhos. Marquinhos will play the ball forward. Well, he won't. He'll play the ball backwards to his goalkeeper, Alisson. And how wide it goes to this right and left hand side as Brazil attack with Alexandra into Thiago Silva. The ball on towards Gabriel Martinelli's paw, and Serbia just get the ball back to their goalkeeper, Vanja Milikovic Savic. As Vanja will collect and play the ball up over halfway. And it goes all the way from one end of the pitch to the other, and is claimed by Alisson, who picks up the ball with Dusan Vlahovic bearing down on him. Alisson, who wears a Beckham on the back of his shirt, will kick this ball forward out of his hands, and he'll go long looking for Gabriel Jesus, who can't get an end of that. Comes to Fred, but he's a handball there, did the Manchester United player. No yellow card for the handball there for Fred. And here is Serbia coming with possession. Good play from Serbia as they try and make a move forward over on that far side of the left as he plays the ball down the line. And this is a good opportunity for the attack coming forward. And he's cleared away as Brazil will just tidy up. And that ball is spread out to this right hand side. And he's out of play for a throw. And on this left hand side as Brazil attack, look as they look to try and pick out Gabriel Martinelli. And Brazil have been dominant in this game, and I'm delighted to say that my jinx is gone as here comes Brazil once more. Down this right hand side is Rodrigo. Rodrigo with the ball in towards the penalty area, cleared away, breaks with Alexandro, plays it into Marquinhos, and then that's the cross there to Anthony. Down the line it goes to Rodrigo, and now they go back to Brazil, and they're just keeping the ball well and just working out wide to this left-hand side in Alexandro. Alexandro will know the ball down the line into the path of Gabriel Martinelli, brings it down on his chest and then runs at his man. Gabriel Martinelli running in towards the penalty area. He's up towards the edge of the box, towards Fred, but he's cleared away, and now Brazil have to get men back to defend, including Anthony, who does well to blow that off to make sure the players can come back into their position and just tell you, we've played 5 of the 7 minutes added on, and it remains Brazil 2, Serbia 0. The 2 goals from our player of the match, Richarlison, is what separates the 2 sides this evening. Hopefully you've enjoyed this coverage as Dusan Vlahovic goes down there. No foul given. And Dusan Vlahovic is having a word with by the referee. No foul against Thiago Silva there. And I'm not sure why the referees stopped it, because he's going to give the ball back to Alisson anyway. So there was no foul there. And Richarlison just celebrating then the player of the match with Dani Alves on the bench. And the Brazil fans just clapping. One was clapping that had a World Cup replica in his hand. Now he's fetched with him to the World Cup. Be hoping his country wins that on 18th of December. There's a free kick there for Serbia. Foul on Vlahovic as we watch the closing stages. Can Serbia get a consolation goal, or will Brazil see out this remaining 30 seconds of the match to win by 2-0? Serbia will come forward over halfway, up to halfway should I say, but they have to go backwards, and Brazil stop them from going over halfway and force them back to their goalkeepers. Now with Velkovic, then he plays the ball into the midfield area to find the substitute Ilic. How wide it goes to a further substitute and Radonic. Shot is blocked and he comes up towards halfway and just over halfway. But there is the full-time whistle. And the curse of nil-nils has gone away after I saw 2 second-half goals from Richarlison. Our man of the match, the player of the match, who got Brazil's World Cup campaign off to a winning start by beating Serbia by 2-0. A fantastic performance from the Brazilians in the second half. It was a drab 0-0 affair in the first half, where I thought at half time it was going to be another 0-0. But goes from Richarlison, a brace from him in the second half, helped Brazil beat Serbia by 2-0. So on a day where Brazil had to wait for the second half and had to wait for Richarlison to fire in twice, 2 in 10 minutes, it's Brazil who come out on top in the Group G, and it finishes Brazil 0, Serbia 0 in Group G. Big thank you then to the people that's tuned in to the coverage today and people who got involved in the chat. The Oakhampton Argyle football team who were watching along and listening to us. Big thank you to you. Big thank you to Kevin Benson, our friend the Crystal Palace fan all the way from New Zealand. And a big thank you to your match commentator who did the game this morning between Switzerland and Cameroon in Nicholas Jones. So from myself and from the rest of the team here at the Comment Job, thank you very much for listening as we leave you with this Group G result. Brazil 2, Serbia 0 in their first match of the World Cup. Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Goodbye for now. Brazil top of the league by 3 points from Switzerland by a better goal difference than them. They've got +2. Switzerland got +1. Cameroon in third. Serbia at the bottom. It's Cameroon, Serbia at 10 o'clock on Monday. Brazil, Switzerland at 4. Thank you very much for listening. For myself, Rose, and the rest of the team here, a very good evening to you all.